Hey you guys, this is Tara. So I got called out to do the Bible challenge, and it's something that I think is a great idea. I think it's something that's, long been needed. So my favorite Bible verse is Jeremiah 29:11, and it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and to give you hope." And I genuinely love that Bible verse because I haven't always been somebody that I'm super proud of. And there was a time in my life to where I knew what I wanted for me, but I had gone about getting there not a way that I'm proud of. And so when I started following God's plan for my life, it was unbelievable to me. It was like 1,000 pounds got lifted off my shoulders because God had bigger plans for me than I ever had for myself. My dad trained racehorses, and he had a lot of success, and he still does. And it is unbelievable to me sometimes when I really think about what all God has done for my family. And all I ever wanted to do was to train racehorses, but I had not gone about this the right way. I had done a lot of things that I'm not proud of, and that's okay. I mean, I've learned now that one of the biggest keys to life is to embrace the things that you've done wrong and to learn from them. And I know there's a lot of people out there that need to hear this message, and it's something that I've been waiting for the opportunity to share, and this gave me a really good opportunity. But the reason I love that Bible verse is because it's the truth. God doesn't lie. And he says, I have plans for you, plans for your future, for you to prosper and to bring you a future of hope. And that's the truth. I mean, no matter what you've done in your life, the minute that you stop making excuses and you stop blaming all of the problems in your life on other people and you just make the decision to change, there is nothing God cannot do for you. There was a time in my life to where pretty much all the people in my life that I was around hurt me, and it's because like attracts like. I mean, I literally had to get rid of everybody in my life and be alone. And then, God started to work on me, and I know that to some people it seems like when you're alone you've hit rock bottom, but it was kind of a blessing because God had gotten rid of all of those people in my life that kept dragging me back down. People that would never let me live down my past. People that always brought up my failure. They always brought up the things I had done wrong, and they always beat me up with the worst qualities about myself. And, one day I woke up and realized I didn't have any friends anymore. And one reason was because everybody in my life that had ever tried to be good to me, I had taken advantage of. And two, I didn't have any friends because God had finally cleared all of the trash out. And I'm not saying that all people are trash, but I am saying that there are people that they use free will that God gave us, and they exercise their ability to be negative and to be ugly people, and I did too. And like I said, I find myself in a place now where I wouldn't even probably recognize the person I was, let's say 5 years ago, or maybe even 2 years ago. But God delivered me from somebody I wasn't proud of, and he brought me from a place of insecurities, a place of a lot of trials and failure and bitterness, and he turned me into somebody that I'm really proud of who I am today. I can honestly say that when people bring up my past, that the people that didn't know me then, that only know me now, they don't even believe the things they hear, because God changed who I was. He changed my heart, and he definitely changed my future, and I will forever be grateful for that. And another thing that's amazing is a lot of the people in my past that really tried to help me, that I had taken advantage of, God has brought those people back into my life, and he has healed my relationship with those people. In fact, some of those people are my very best friends. They are my sisters in Christ. They are people that I wouldn't take for those people. They're amazing to me, and they forgave me. But you'll find that people that you do wrong that will forgive you, those are the people that you should have had in your life all along. And the people that you've had in your life that leave you in your worst moments, and they don't forgive you, and they keep bringing up your past, and they always try to beat you back down, those are the people you don't need in your life. And I once heard a quote that said, what people say about you has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them. And that's a wonderful quote, because the truth is, no matter what you've done in your life, and no matter who you are, what you say about other people is what's really inside of you. You know, if you're a happy person and you're going places, you don't have time to sit down and badmouth and bash people and drag them down. Because when you're going places and you're an amazing person, you try to lift people up to the same level you're on. You know what it's like to be at the bottom, and you don't want anybody to be there. And so I've learned that people that say ugly things about you and people that use your past to drag you back down are people that you don't necessarily need in your life. Those are people that it's probably better to just, leave them where they're at. Just walk away, and one of these days when they change, they'll come back around and you can be friends again. But if you're sitting in your life in a place that you're unhappy with and that you don't feel comfortable and, you're unhappy, nobody can really change that for you but you. You have to make the decision to stop making excuses for all of the things you've done wrong. And you have to stop making excuses and blaming other people for the things that you've done wrong, and just make the decision that you need to change. And I'm telling you this because I was there. I mean, it was always somebody else's fault. I had never done anything wrong. And the truth is, it was me. I just wasn't a very good person. And I wasn't strong enough to just stand up and take responsibility for my actions. It was just easier to blame someone else. But the only person I was really lying to was myself, because everybody else knew that I was the problem. I was the only one that couldn't see it. But one day I just made the decision that I wanted better for me. And I walked away from everything and everybody that was keeping me down. And I found God, and God delivered me from who I was. And He vindicated me. I mean, He turned that mess that I had created. I mean, nobody created that mess in my life but me, and it was my fault. And God delivered me from that. And He turned all of those tests and trials I had put myself through into an amazing testimony. And I'm living proof of what God can do, because I was not a good person. I was a very self-centered, selfish person that was only out for myself. And it's funny, because now people today that know me, those aren't the things that they would tell you. They would tell you I'm a very loyal person. I'm honest. And I will bend over backwards to help other people. And there are times now that I find myself getting the shorter end of the stick to help someone else. But I've learned that God He always blesses me when I've taken the short end of the stick to help someone else. If I'll just keep walking and keep my head held high, and I don't dwell on the fact that I took the short end of the stick, God, He always blesses me. I mean, amazing things come of it. So I'm really proud of who I am today, but it's not who I've always been. And I had a bad reputation for being a selfish, brat, and just didn't care about anybody but myself. And the truth is, God delivered me, and God vindicated me. I'm telling you that people today that are my friends will tell you, if you told them those things about me, they would laugh and say, that's not who she is. But that is who I was at one time. But the people in my life now that love me never look to my past for who I am, because they know that I left that person in the past. And if you will just make the decision to get up and to be a better person and to start your walk with God, and it is a trial and error. I'm telling you, when I got up and made my decision to be a better person, it didn't happen overnight. Lots of people still threw in my face everything I had ever done wrong. I mean, from the time I was 13 years old. But over time, those who forgive you and those who realize you've changed deserve to be part of your life. And those who will not let go of your past, leave them in the past. That's what they hold on to anyway. Perfect. They can stay there. But God has put me on a beautiful journey that I'm proud of. And it's a journey that I think that a lot of people miss out in their life because they're too busy holding on to their past. They won't forgive themselves. They won't forgive other people. And the only person they hurt is themselves. You have to be honest with yourself about everything you've done. You have to let go of it. You have to stop blaming other people. You have to learn from all the mistakes you've made. And let me tell you, I made a lot of mistakes. I hurt people because I was hurt. But now I know that I never want to be a hurt person, and I never want to hurt other people. But I've heard the saying, hurt people, where healed people begin to heal people. So get on the path with God, get yourself healed, get away from the devil, get away from people that the devil uses to keep you down, Pick yourself up, because God has an amazing future for you, and I am living proof that God can deliver you from where you are now and put you in an amazing place. He can change your heart. He can change who you are. And He can make relationships that you've ruined right. I hope you all have a blessed day. But now I get to call out 4 people that also get to do a Bible challenge. And I'm going to call out Michelle French, because she is rock solid in Christ and one of my favorite people to discuss God and the Bible with. And I think that she needs to share some of her testimony, because what she has to say is amazing. I'm going to call out Shelley Weaver, because she is amazing. She's one of my favorite people. You will never meet a more loyal friend, and you will never meet a more honest person. And I think that what Shelley will have to say about her favorite Bible verse and her walk with God is something that all people should hear, because Shelley is amazing. And I think that all people can learn something from somebody as awesome as she is. I'm going to call out Kennedy Wolf, because I think that Kennedy right now probably has a little extra time on her hands. She had a car wreck, so everybody say a prayer for her to heal fast. And I think that she's a younger, she's just 19. She's starting her walk with God, and I think it's a great point for her to make a video and for people to learn what it's like when you first start that walk. She's a cool person with a lot of great characteristics, and I look forward to seeing what she has to say. And I'm going to call out Megan Marsh, because Megan would never expect this. But Megan's pretty rock solid, and I think that what she would have to say and where she was once in her life and where she is now are a pretty big difference. And I think that people can learn from somebody like her. She's pretty all right. So I hope you all have a blessed day, and I hope that you guys will join the Bible challenge. Just make a video of your favorite Bible verse and call out a couple of people that you think need to share their story with God. Talk to you later. Bye.